Story time. Okay, so whenever I was younger, everybody would always talk about spirits and how cool they were, Ouija boards. And of course I'd get into that. Like, my whole family is obsessed with paranormal. So, it runs in the family. My great grandma could, she third eye opened. I forgot what it was. I think it's out of the ear. But yeah, she had a third eye open. And I found out I was related to so I started to get this weird feeling as soon as I walked in this house that we were living in. I walked in and it felt sad. It felt angry or sad or something. So then I found out that this guy committed suicide because I had to find it out for myself. Story time. Okay, this is fun. So whenever I walked into the house, I felt a little iffy, a little hey, this is not a normal house. And at that time, I was always open-minded to ghosts because nothing ghost-related other than two or three things happened to me, and those two or three things weren't that bad. So after 2 days of staying there, I started hearing arguing, and I started feeling way more depressed than I was. These people that we were staying with have been living there for 2 years, and it took 2 years for them to get as much sensory to this stuff as me. Anyway, so I asked if anybody died in the house, and they were like, yeah, committed suicide, but they wouldn't tell me how. Everybody was probably hung yourself. No, it was a fast death. I don't know why I felt that, but it was. Okay, this is fun. So whenever I walked into the house, so hear me out. I don't know how I got this information. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if the ghost was just messing with me, or if I actually have superpowers. Not superpowers again, but I felt like it was fast. I don't know why. It just popped in my head. And I was and the next day I was hey, did he shoot himself in that room over there? And she was oh my god, yeah, he did. And it did not feel good. I had to sleep in that room, and believe me, I did not want to. I did not feel he was dangerous. I just don't. I'm a pussy. Anyway, so after this, I end up finding out, and he sends me memories through emotions. Hear me out. Okay. So hear me out. Okay, I'm gonna stop beating on this. Let me just tell you what happened. Okay. So I stayed there for about 2 or 3 months, and during the whole time, I started gathering information for what this ghost was doing. I didn't mean to do this, but my mom says I have an emotional thing to where I have to learn to put a wall up in order for ghosts to not just break it down and get me tight. Anyway, I don't know what that's about, but she says it's emotional ghosts can easily get to me. So I guess that's why this ghost showed me his memories through his emotions. And what he would do is sometimes, whenever there was a sad situation, he would put sadness on people. Him sadness, he'd take it on his shoulders, put it lost for a couple seconds. He wouldn't do it to the kids though. And stop beating on the Okay, so I bet you're how the frick did he send you his memories through emotions? I don't freaking know. I'm as confused as you are. This has never happened to me. Nothing like this has happened to me. This happened about 4, 5, 6, 7 months ago. I don't know. It happened last year sometime. And I haven't had anything else happen to me yet. But anyway, so this guy, let me just tell you what happened. This guy killed himself after his wife left him with his kid, with his daughter. wife divorced him and took the kid, and he was so sad and so alone that he killed himself. Now here's where it gets me. So girl, okay, so I bet you're like, okay, so this girl, I was starting to ask her questions. She said, well, the first day that it happened was whenever a cup flew off the shelf. And then my, something family related happened and she had to be alone in the house. And then she started feeling depressed. She lost her job. She could not pay anything. She was just in her bed for 3 months, like that guy did. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, this isn't the worst part, okay? This is not the worst part. I was in a horror movie. I did something a horror person would do. Stupid. Yeah. Stupid me. Okay, so this. Yeah, so let me back up. Let me just tell you what's been happening before it led to the big thing. Get out of the house. Yeah. Come back for a while. Sorry if I talk quiet. Things that happen. Cups fly off shelves. There was knocking at the door like banging. There was crying. There was arguing. Okay, so the baby crying and the knocking happened to the owners of the house. The owner has a kid, and I didn't really talk about them enough because of privacy reasons, but the owner and her kid, one night the owner went to the store, and whenever she came back, the kid was on the front porch, and he was scared shitless, I shall say. He said he heard knocking, thought it was his uncle with his kid, because they have a kid. He heard crying, so he was opening the door to let him in. There was nobody there. Texted the uncle, said that they were like 20 minutes away, they'd be there in a minute. So what did he do? He got out of the house. Yeah, that happened within 2 years of the person living there. Then it increased whenever a person tried to open their third eye but decided it was a bad idea. Out of experience. Walked in and everything happened again. So, one time they went to the store and I stayed home because I didn't feel the ghost was a threat. I've already said this. Like a dad would hear that just trying to get his emotions off sometimes. So I was staying home and I looked at the doorway like a few minutes and I saw this thing. Okay, so let me back up. Let me just tell you what's been happening before. Okay. So before I go on, I'm going to tell you what he looked like because I don't really explain it that well. I can't see anything. It's like see-through, but I see like, you know those stencils that you can like put in Play-Doh to carve out what it looks like? It was like that. I don't remember what color it was. I'm pretty sure green or purple. But yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. I don't really explain it very well here though. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say thank you because everywhere I try to post this on any account, it never works. Like the first episode, I recorded my face, but it showed black. I don't know if it's just on me, but it just showed black. And every time I try and do this, it never lets me because it doesn't post. It says something's wrong. Everyone that you on Wi-Fi and connects to something happens. So I saw this thing in the doorway. It looked like a person just standing like with his arms spread a little bit, like in. He stood like a normal person would with his arms a little spread, like if you have muscles, then you'll get what I'm talking about. He wasn't standing weird, and like I said, I don't really explain it that well here. He wasn't really short, but to me he was. That was the one day, but that wasn't the big thing that happened. That'll be a whole other episode.
More like exactly a week or maybe 4 days.
In the doorway. We went out, me, her, my brother, and her kid. We all
Oh wait, no, that was 3 days later.
went to the store. The two boys went in the store to grab something, so it was just us two.
The boys said they wanted to find a toy because it was boring over there. So they went to go look for one. Little did we know it legit took 2.5 hours for them to come back.
And we started talking. We gathered that the dude got divorced in one of the weirdest places. He was doing dishes, and then he just
Okay, so I don't really explain this good enough, sorry. So I had this thing, like, what was happening was he was struggling. Whenever he found out that his girlfriend was pregnant, he started working more. And then whenever she had the baby, she started going out more. So he had to take care of the baby and take care of the house. So she kept accusing him of cheating. And then one day, whenever he was doing the dishes and his baby on his hip, he saw divorce papers get slammed down on the counter, and then the girl start yelling at him. The baby starts crying. She takes the baby and walks away. He follows her into the other room, and they start arguing back and forth, and then there's crying. That's the main scene that I saw. Like I said, I can't really recognize anything that happens. Like I can see everything and how it's decorated, but not really. It's like a blur and it won't let me focus. It's like looking through a lens that you just pointed at something. So it was all fuzzy and hazy, and once again, I don't know if it was just me hallucinating or trying to come up with something. Like sometimes my brain does that, but it is what I saw.
when they slam the divorce papers. I've seen this. I just can't see their faces. It's all blurry, you know. We gathered his daughter was not old, like not as old as we thought because she didn't have hair at all. And
She was in a pink tutu, by the way.
he was stressed and he was sad and he was mad. And that's whenever it happened. 3 months after. Okay. So we had to stop talking about it in the car because every time I talk about it, I either have a breakdown or it starts happening again.
But it starts happening. I was sitting in the passenger seat. She was sitting in the front seat. The boys were supposed to be sitting in the back, but they were in the store. And I always felt something behind me, watching me every time I talked about it.
It hasn't. Neither of us have talked, so I feel like it's okay.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you about that later.
It's not sorry. But anyway, so this day, it was a normal day, and I didn't from my. Okay, so the owners were fighting in their room, and I don't have confidence to stop a fight. So they were in their room. Everybody was asleep except me. Well, everybody woke up and they started playing Mario Kart or whatever. And then I see that thing, and I decided it'll be a good idea to stand where I see this.
Okay, so let me just explain what's going on. In the living room, there's 3 doors surrounding the living room. A big open door that leads to the second room where I slept, and the kitchen leading outside. The second door is where I see this guy, he's right in front of the couch. And the third door is big doors that lead to the master bedroom where the owners were arguing. They had the door shut but not locked. They were arguing. Whenever the kids woke up, they just went to the TV, which was not that far away from the doorway, and I was sitting on the couch playing my guitar. Well, then I looked over and I saw that thing up here again. It doesn't really do it unless I'm either stressed or alone. So I decided I would go see what it was about.
So I did. Not a good idea, people. 7, 8, 9.
10.
Okay, I'll try and make this the last part, but I don't really know because this kind of happened. So, whenever I stood on it, nobody was paying attention to me until
Okay, so everybody was doing their own thing. I walked over there. After I propped my guitar up, I walked over and at first I just I was hesitant, but then I was walking around it. I walked towards the door to try and listen into the conversation, and the thing still didn't fade. So I started walking around the door, in front of it and stuff, and it still didn't fade. In fact, it was starting to get a little brighter. And then I sat back down for a while, and then, everybody moved to the table where the couch was at, which was in front of the door, and I decided that if something did happen, they'd be able to see or something. Well, no, them all being boys and all playing together, they saw shit. So I walked there and nonchalantly stood right where the thing was.
I stood there for 3 or 4 seconds. It felt like forever. My ears started ringing and I could not move. I froze and I didn't even notice I started crying.
It was like a weight on my shoulder, like someone holding my shoulder.
He put all of his emotions on me at once. All of them. Just sat them on my shoulders like he was holding me by my shoulders. And then afterwards, whenever I started crying, he let me go. And then I just kept hearing the word sorry for the rest of the night.
As soon as it was I'm sorry. And then after I was trying to say it's fine, you didn't mean to, I was trying to whisper it so nobody thought I was talking to thin air. And then he started just saying sorry instead of I'm sorry,
Well, I ended up breaking up that by yelling, "Shut up, I just had something happen."
Okay, so the thing you should know is the two owners, one of them has real anger issues. So first I knocked, no answer. They were still fighting. So I rip open the door and I'm like, owner's name, because I can't say it. I need you because this is the girl I talked to about it. And she I stepped in front of the dude and was like, shut up, I need to talk to her. And I started crying and she had to walk me into the living room. And at this point, I have this thing where I can't let my siblings see my emotions because I'm the older one, And so I was yelling, brother, get out. And it was hesitant because he was trying to help me, but I finally screamed at the owner to take him.
I went outside after trying to get out, gasping. Okay, I'll try to.
Okay, so I was slowly walking into the kitchen and stuff.
Oh, I stood there and I couldn't move. The hands was on my shoulders, weighing me down to what I could not move at all. My mind went blank, my ears went. And I shit you not, I started crying. I was trying so hard to hold it back because I had this thing. I don't let any kids or any part of my family, unless they're older, see me cry, especially my brothers, which were there. So I ended up bursting through the store and yelling, "Shut the fuck up! I need outside!" And they bring me outside, but it took 10 minutes to walk through the house to get outside because I stopped in the kitchen because this word sorry repeated in my mind. Sorry. And I was getting a little too. So I stood there.
It was getting intense.
So
I actually needed one, but one of them was a family member and he refused to leave. So
they got me outside, and whenever I sat down on the porch, I got another thing. I reached it.
I was sitting down trying to calm down. The dude went to go get me a jacket and she was trying to say like, calm down, Kirsten, what happened? And then like I just like stopped for a second and I looked over and I saw the dude leaning against the rail of the porch looking out, and then he like disappeared.
The memories that he had gave me through the emotions, and I pulled out this is where, on the porch, is where he sat watching it. And so I had to get up, and I said, I need to go to my mom's now. It was like 12, and they drove.
Yeah.
So I did not go back for 2 days, 2 freaking days, because I could not, because I was freaking.
So I stopped freaking out here. Every time I talk about it, I start to cry.
He had been through so freaking much, and no.
Look, all I want is a more.
Oops.
Okay, so I'm trying to make this the last episode, but so what happened was I went to my mom's. I stayed the night for 2 days. Then I came back, and it happened. Nobody touched. Like, I didn't get any emotions. Nobody ever got any emotions. It was just gone. Until one day there was a big fight, and we were about to get kicked out. And I could tell this wasn't a normal fight for some reason. I don't know why. So I went into the pantry, close to the room where he died in, and I kept whispering, like, stop, don't do that, please stop. And then about 3 minutes later, or 5 minutes, I don't know, it stopped. The fight stopped. So this is just a weird experience.
Oh wait.
Okay, so I'm trying to make. So I went into the pantry, closed that, please stop. And then 3 minutes later, or 5 minutes, I don't know, it stopped. The fight stopped. So this is just a weird experience, and I wanted to help him, but I don't remember the address, so I'm really sad that I couldn't help him. Okay, so I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I still feel bad about that.
Okay, I promise this is the last episode. I have to go to the gym. So, if you hear anything, if you've had any of those experiences, could you like duet this or one of my other videos? Because I haven't met anybody other than like 2 people, my family members, that can do this, and I've had plenty more experiences. So it's okay. Anyway, bye.
So I have an update. Today I was watching TV and all of a sudden the channel that I was on was Ghosts, cause my grandma obviously. And then I just like, they started talking about how this girl saw this guy drowning. Like he saw his memories and it was like through emotions. She explained it the same way I explained it, and I like froze. I made everybody shut up in the house, and this happened today. And it was just, yeah, so, anyway, bye.
Okay.
Bye.